let's say, so how many ever months that is, that specific period of time, like mid-March to August of 2020, when it was just kind of like, let's calm down, let's stay indoors for a little bit, let's all be conscious of each other's health, let's all like wear masks and stuff like that and wash our hands. And like, looking back on that, was that not like kind of needed? Like, if somebody were to tell me, okay, we need to do like another quick quarantine for like a month, I'd be like, okay. I don't know. I would like nothing more than to just have to stay in my house and worry about very basic things rather than these very complex work things. I know it's the stress talking, but there have been islands of time over the years where I've been like, you know what? Other than the fact that I was worried for my family's mortality, it was not the worst thing ever. So I don't know if anybody feels like that, but sometimes I just feel like, you know what, I want to slow down. So yeah, let's get a general strike going. I don't know, maybe it would help change things politically, but also just like, I'd rather go out in the street and protest right now than go to work. Anyway, the best kind of work is the type of work that you're doing when you are whispering to a camera and you feel sleepy and you know that you are going to have like a wonderful shower afterward, which is the type of work that I'm doing right now. I am so excited for my shower today. It's going to be an everything shower. I'm going to be putting on the little eye mask things. I'm going to use my body scrub. I'm very excited. Afterward, I'm going to use this stuff, which I just got. Where is it? Nope, not that one. That one's the almond milk one. This one, yeah. This Yuzu Body Shop Water Gel Body Yogurt. This stuff, while it is very gel-ish, and it initially, like, it goes on the body, not sticky, but it's a gel moisturizer for sure. It makes my skin feel so hydrated. So I'm gonna do that after my shower. I'm very excited. It's a Tuesday. I'm filming this on Tuesday, so it's just gonna be a very nice, relaxing afternoon. Wednesday and Thursday are going to be intensely relaxing, and I'm committing to that. Everything will be wonderful. Everything will be great. There's a new leaf coming in on my Frideck. There's a new leaf coming in on my Golden Bone, which I think is finally starting to get taller. There's a new leaf coming in on my Cuprea over in the other room. I'm very happy. I'm a very happy man right now. So, without further ado, we have the other half of all of the trigger words. Only 2 extra submissions between last week and this week, so we have 16 words. No new suggesters, other than, of course, Pink Turns Blue from last week, and then I believe Olivia WL9TQ was also a new suggester, but Spooky Felix Whispers in a preliminary skim of my notebook, and when I say a skim, I mean like this shit is like impossible to find fine details in unless I'm reading it that day. Like, look, why do I write so small and so messily when I'm writing trigger words down? But anyway, I couldn't find you, so Spooky Felix Whispers, I believe that you are a new suggester, although we've been doing this for over a year and a half at this point, so if you are not, I apologize for not paying attention. But speaking of Spooky Felix Whispers, I have put at the beginning of our list just because I think you're new. If you're not, I'm sorry for submission. Chocolate chip cookies. Suggestion. I'm not gonna say submission. It's... Anyway, whatever. Anyway. Nobody needs to hear that. The soft-spoken video is at 5,000. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, right. Your suggestion. Chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chip cookies. You have read my mind. And you know that one of my favorite ASMR videos of all time, there's like Jocelyn Alice. I'm gonna turn my volume all the way down so I don't play it here. Jocelyn Alice, Jocelyn Alice, Jocelyn Alice, Jocelyn Alice, Jocelyn Alice, Jocelyn Alice, Jocelyn Alice. Jackpot was a great song. Oh my god, that was 2014. Oh my god. And then Feels Right was her other song that was on the radio. There it is. But yeah, anyway, Jackpot, 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 Jackpot was a good song. Jackpot. Don't wanna stay, don't wanna go, don't wanna make a change. I used to like that sounds to go. But maple syrup, maple syrup, maple syrup, maple syrup, maple syrup, maple syrup is the one that you suggested here. Maple, maple, maple. Excuse me. Maple syrup, maple syrup. It's hard not to get like tired. Maple syrup, maple syrup, maple syrup, maple syrup, maple syrup. This is weird. Next up, and there's also more food in here, which is odd. Next up, we have salt and pepper from Starland. Salt and pepper, another P sound as well. Salt and pepper. 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 Push it real good. I'm not angry at that. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Now I really want to listen to Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. Or I think it's just called Waterfalls. I know that's TLC and not Salt and Pepper. But same energy. Am I wrong? Like, I remember when I was a kid, because my mom loves both of those groups. But I used to think that they were, like, I don't know, like in collaboration or something, or like similar members or something like that, because as a kid I thought their music sounded so similar. Which, like, I guess they're both on trend. They're quite different, but I can see why I have that association in my mind. Salt and pepper. 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 Shoop. Shoop. Shoop-a-doop. Hey, shoop is something that ASMR artists say. I don't like those, like, shoop, 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 shoop kind of videos, but, like, salt and pepper. Shoop. Shoop-a-doop. Shoop-a-doop. Shoop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Lyric reading video where I'm just lyric reading video where I'm reading out a scat solo. Do ba do ba do. Do booby do. Dabba dabba do. Anyway, I'm an idiot. Okay. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Salt, 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 salt and pepper. 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 So we have come to the final food item on this list. It's just odd to me that there were so many, and that it was suggested by Eclectic, who suggested Pop-tart, 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 Pop-tart. Pop-tarts are in that same vein of stuff that I'm not too fond of, like the idea of like jam in them. I'm also not a jam fan. I have to really be in a mood, but like I would say 99 point, like a million nines, 9.9 repeat, 99.9 repeating times I'm not, like, I don't want jam, and Pop-tarts also just don't seem like something that I would enjoy. I don't know, maybe I am a picky eater, but it's not like, I'm picky for things that aren't necessarily like good for you, like the high sugar or whatever. So I guess I shouldn't be complaining. Pop-tart, although I was the kid that my mom, she was, like, when I was young for Halloween, she would try to say, like, you should try the candy, like, it wasn't ever a need thing, but it was like, you should be trying this candy, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, I don't want to. I'll have the chocolate, and I'll have, like, the chips and stuff like that, but not any of the candy or things like that. Pop-tart, 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 Pop-tart. Although in the realm of fruit flavors, the T is on the end. So Period. 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 I feel like this has to be screamed like a period. You know? Period. 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 This is a staple from what I have gathered, like Black Twitter slang. That's sort of where it came from. Like so much of our language these days, it is just shamelessly ripped off from like gay, trans, black and brown individuals, and also Black Twitter seems like the sort of just, if it's slang, it likely has an origin in a like sort of POC Twitter space or queer POC spaces. So credit where it's due. The word period is not mine. But for this little space of time, I hope that I'm doing AAVE, African American Vernacular English, some justice. Period. 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 waxed, scratched. No, that's gonna be bugging me for like 6 days. Shorter than that, but it feels like it. Galvanized, 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 Question. I can kind of see through my mic. That's weird. Question. I can see you, but you cannot see my eye. Strange. Anyway, question. Can you tell I'm overtired? Question. Alright, next up is going to be two final suggestions from Azariah. And the first one is articulate or articulate. Articulate. You're a very articulator. Articulate. It's funny how articulate is an adjective and articulate is a verb. Isn't that odd? Articulate. It's almost like how adult is an adjective. That person is very adult. But an adult is a noun. Weird. Articulate. Could you articulate that for me? You are very articulate. See, it doesn't work. Like that person is a very articulate person. You wouldn't say that. You would say they are very articulate. You also wouldn't say, oh, could you articulate that for me? No, you'd say, could you articulate a little bit more? It's odd how that works in the English language. It changes meaning based on what you stress in the word, which I think is a feature of a lot of, is that a feature of, Mandarin and Cantonese kind of language? I'm not too sure at all, but that's just odd how that works. Articulate. Although I think in those languages that rely more on the way that you stress things and the way that you pronounce things, the meaning can change, not just articulate and articulate, where somebody who is articulate can articulate well, they're related in what they mean. I think it can mean if you said articulate, it would mean pig, and if you say articulate, it would mean donkey, that kind of thing, where it completely changes the meaning of it. So that's kind of interesting. Articulate and articulate. That is a very articulate pig and a very articulate donkey. I don't know what I'm thinking now. But the final one, two G words, two of my favorite words that have ever appeared on Trigger Word Tuesday. Galapagos and Galaxy. Galapagos Galaxy. I don't know if you meant for these to be the one suggestion, but there wasn't a comma, so I'm assuming that it's just the one suggestion. If I'm wrong, please feel free to berate me. I'm just kidding. I'm not being facetious too. Sorry, that sounded a little bit bitchy.